So let's look at what we call normal life. The average person evolves very slowly. This is, we gradually grow up, we usually get married, have a family, get a job, live in a few places, learn a few things, become a better person, and that's life. We die, then we come back and incarnate again, go a little bit further in our next life. And in this way, we slowly move ahead in our spiritual evolution from life to life over hundreds and thousands of incarnations. Now, those individuals that take up the spiritual path, on the other hand, go through a completely different growth process. They do not follow the slow and steady method. Rather, they enter into a process of what we might call forced evolution, where they're pushed to go through many incarnations in one life, so to speak, to climb straight up the face of the mountain to get to the peak. And for that to happen, they have to go through the much more powerful transformation process that occurs through the constant shattering of their vessel. They are continually pushed, either by a spiritual teacher or directly by the divine, to go beyond their apparent limitations. They're put in one difficult situation after another so that they are forced to grow and evolve. And this shift into a process of forced evolution usually only happens after we reach a more advanced stage of our soul journey. The more we move into the divine orbit, the more God will push our limits and compel us to grow. The more the divine power pours into us, the more we're able to cope with the shattering of our vessel. And the greater becomes our ability to open up to new inspiration and awareness. At the same time, another level of the process kicks in. The more we get a taste of this wider reality, the more we want to be in that place. And therefore, the greater is our motivation to strive towards it. Each shattering creates a shift in our consciousness that opens us up to whole other levels of awareness and self. This inner awakening is what enables us to find the strength and sustenance to form a new vessel, to go forward into the next stage of our spiritual evolution and the new life and direction that it brings. The truth is that God is pouring divine power into us all the time, but our existing vessel can only take so much. And as a result, our vessel shatters. And this leads to the process of building a new vessel and the subsequent influx of more energy, light, and blessing, and the reception of fresh inspiration and guidance into our minds. When we're being pushed more than we can take, there's a tension and a friction and a consequent struggle that continues to build up inside us until it breaks. And it's this process that clears the blockages inside us and allows us to start to receive the light in a new way. The joy that we experience when we touch a supernal location becomes the engine that drives our inner movement and expansion into that higher state of awareness that will be our new home, the place from which we will interact thereafter with our life and our daily existence. Normally, God constructs one vessel for each life. But for those on the path, the higher power pushes us beyond the limits of our vessel multiple times in each incarnation.